Very fine, thank you. And yours?
Very fine too. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right. Today is Friday, 19th of April, 2024. And funny, we don't really have any fundamental event for today. The one that's, okay, I think somebody is trying to, putting my mic on, just try to reduce the volume of your device. It's entering back into the, okay, I think I've muted everyone. That should not happen again. All right. So 7 a.m. this morning, just about 10 minutes ago, 10, 11 minutes ago, there was GBP retail sales. That's already happened. And we will check the GBP pairs to really have had some impact upon the pound. But aside that, we don't have any other fundamental event to look forward to today. Let me just use the filter to check. Okay, there are other fundamental events, but they are not tradable. All these low impact events, they are not tradable at all. So don't even bother yourself about them. So no fundamentals again today. But that means two things. One, we can focus on the technical. The second is that even at that, the technical, the market may range because fundamentals always drive the market. If there is no upcoming fundamentals, sometimes the market may enter into a ranging mode. All right, so that being said, I'll flip over now to the technicals and we'll look at what we have for today.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Please, I don't know, at the beginning of this session, there was this problem with the timing, that you were telling us that we should adjust our time. And some of us, we left it, but we were adding 1 hour to the time each time. But I noticed that the news this morning on the fundamental is 7 o'clock and the news was still at 7 o'clock. I don't know if they have adjusted the time now.
The time, I believe the time you're talking about is the daylight saving, and that already happened towards the end of March, which we announced to us that the time is now back to the original one, where the server time is 2 hours ahead of our local time. But if you set your Forex factory properly, your Forex factory should be showing the same time as what you have on your either your phone or your laptop. Like now, you can see my own Forex factory. The time is showing 7:04. It's currently 7:13. I'll refresh now, and you'll see that it will update to 7:13 a.m. You can see that now. That's updated to 7:13. So when that news was released by 7 o'clock, it is still the same 7 o'clock Nigerian time.
Okay. That means it has been corrected. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, so I'll flip back now to the MetaTrader and we'll look at technical setup we have today. But before I talk about the technical setup today, somebody sent me a chat. I just checked it just a few minutes before I came online. Let me read it out to us. I will post it on my status in the course of the day. I may not mention the name. All right, the person said, "Good morning, Mr. Rotimi. I'm here to say a big thank you for that trade call, the pending order call you gave yesterday during the analysis session. Euro JPY sell stop. I'm very grateful, sir. God bless you." Remember, I gave a trade call yesterday on Euro JPY. That is what is on the screen currently. And I analyzed it and said that I anticipated a bearish breakout. And I said to be on the safe side, I will put my entry at Fibonacci 23.6 or so. Sorry, yeah, 23.6. That's what you have on the screen right now. And I put my take profit at Fibonacci 61.8. All right, I still have that trade call on my notepad. So, okay, self-top at 164.30. All right. So this one exactly, that is where we have the entry, and take profit at 163.274. Yeah, this is 260, is very close. Stop loss at 164.92. Right. So, and the market moved exactly in line, with that analysis, and price dropped to 105 pips. I don't know if any other person took that trade. Did anybody take that trade? If you took the trade, you can just type in the chat box, let's know. Because that was a massive one. That was 105, or let's just say roughly 100 pip profit. 100 pip profit can mean many things to different people. For some that have, small accounts, that is on trading on 0.01 lot, that can be just, $10, Okay, Damilara is saying, yes, 6 pip. Okay, I think it depends on your point of entry. If you make 6, maybe I believe you are trying to say $6 or something, because I can see 6 pip here. But it's 100 pips that I have, from what I checked just now, 105 pips. Yeah, okay, 100, 101, 103. Let's just say 100 pips thereabouts. So, excuse me. So if you're able to catch 100 pips for a 0.01 account, please, Peacemaker, kindly be watchful of your annotation too. You are drawing something on my screen. So if you're on 0.01, that is $10. If you're on 0.1 lot, that is $100. $100 now, $10 now is about 10,000 naira on the average. $100 now is about 100,000, and if you are on a standard lot, that is $1,000. So anyone that took this trade based on account size will have made between $10, 10,000, 100,000, or $1 million naira between yesterday and today on that trade call. Okay, Imosemi says he can't hear. I believe you cannot hear me. Can any other person confirm if you can hear me, please?
I can hear you
sir.
clearly.
I can hear you, sir. Very clear.
Thank you
I
very
can
much.
hear you
So
very well,
let me
sir.
respond to Imosemi. Okay. Imosemi, Daniel, kindly check your device. All right, so please, when we give calls, yeah, thank you for those responding. Somebody said they traded 0.05. That's good. For 0.05, that would have been like about $50 there for you, which is not bad. That's about 50,000 naira. Person that took 0.01, that would be about $10. That's about 10,000 naira. So I believe some of us took this. Damilari, yes, good. We took it and we made profit. So when we give guides here, please follow it. And when I say follow it, please follow it to the letter. If you put stop loss also. If we say you should use your discretion for risk management, please use it. Because we are not saying that we're not giving you, like I was telling some people in class yesterday in Lagos. Some people will call themselves Forex God, Forex Apostle. Sorry, we don't claim those kind of things. You understand? But to a large extent, we know that we have the capacity to guide you right with at least, let's say 70, 75%, level of accuracy. Yeah, we know sometimes it may not work, but that's just on rare occasions. A lot of times our analysis and signal do work. So please just take that to heart. And secondly, there was this trade setup I gave about 2 weeks ago and last week, it was dragging, eventually we had to just let go of it. But things still went out as planned. And that's on the GBP CHF. Can we remember this GBP CHF swing setup? It started about 2 weeks ago. It was ranging within this rising weight pattern. Up until last week, if you remember, I was talking about a breakout below this low here. But finally, just yesterday, the final breakout happened. It broke out earlier. This was on the 12th. Today is 19th. 12th should be last week. The breakout initially happened, but then it was still ranging up and down. But overnight this morning, it dropped to about 174 pips. See, this is how anybody that wants to do swing and is not patient, you are not ready for swing. Swing trading, this is how it works. You have to be patient, because eventually, when it works out, it will, all the stress of checking system 1 hour every hour, which you avoided with day trading, it will pay off. It will pay off. This swing works. You can see it hit Fibonacci 30.2 and Fibonacci 50. Both of them. Even if I think entry at a point, I put it at Fibonacci 3.6. That is at least on the average about 155 and about 88 pips. That's on GBP CHF. Then I said specifically the CHF pairs, GBP CHF, Euro CHF, and AUD CHF. Three of them, it finally hit the profit level last night. So if you are there, you are doing swing, you're trying to give up. If it's, see, one thing I will encourage is this: if you understand your personality and you know that is what works for you, go for it. Except you are trying to manage what does not work for you. But if it's what works for you, stick with it. It works. But I will tell you, it requires patience. If they trading is what works for your personality, please stick with it. Just stick with what works for you. The main thing at the end of the day is to make profit, and not just to make profit one time, to make profit consistently. See the AUD that one even went as far as Fibonacci 61.8. That's a total of 140, about 140 pips from Fibonacci 30.2 at 56 pips, Fibonacci 50 at 100, and 61.8 at 145 pips. So all these things, they work. All right, so let's go into what we have for today. Today, we don't have much. The market seems to be on the quiet side. We just have few setup, except I will take the calls you want me to check for you. Now, I have AUD seems to be reacting. There are a lot of setup, but I'll only give two so that we don't go into over trading. Two setup on AUD, which are intraday, and two swing setup. So the first setup on the AUD is the AUD USD on the 1 hour time frame. Now, if you go to the daily time frame, what we'll see on the daily time frame is this price. You can see the current daily candle. This is today's candle. It's already looking a lot like a rejection candle. Now, don't forget, this is still morning. Anything could still happen in the course of the day. That's just the truth. But for now, let's just take it as it's a rejection candle. Price seems to have gotten oversold at some point and is trying to go back in the bullish direction. If you go down to 4 hour, you can see the rejection candle is actually sharper on the 4 hour time frame, and RSI seems to get very close to 30, which is oversold. Not exactly 30, but close to 30, which is an oversold level. Now, if I look critically further, I discover that there is actually at the tip where price is now is forming a kind of a support level around that region. And not only that, a second look also makes me to understand that this level is equally a psychological level. That's 64000. All this giving us, the information that this is, price could reverse at this point. That's why it's because price could not break that support, and most importantly, that psychological level. That is what is responsible for the rejection candle that is being formed. Okay, so we've established a support and psychological level there, and it's still valid again on 4 hour. We have a very much more valid, rejection candle on the 4 hour also. We can flip down to 1 hour time frame. And on 1 hour, I can draw a trend line right here and draw a second one. Now, the blunt truth, I'll be honest with you, is that I did not guarantee that this trade will run through today. You might have to carry it over because the daily candle is not yet fully formed. So it's going to be difficult, except there's a fundamental event that drives the market. This guy may not go break out today. It will move. But what I'm saying is that it will not move so much. I'm talking from experience. I don't own the market, but that's just what I perceive will happen. You might need to exercise a little patience with it, but eventually it's going to pay off, because this 4 hour, the other side that will happen to this 4 hour is that this might end up forming an inverse head and shoulder, then now break out finally. That is a possibility. But even if it is this initial breakout that happens that you are comfortable with, as a day trader or scalper, that may just be good enough for now, because it's either it forms an inverse head and shoulder, or it may also form maybe a double bottom, then now breakout. But it's a valid buy trade. That one I can tell you. So we need to wait for the actual breakout before we enter a buy. Currently, RSI is still below 50. Even MACD is still way below 0. So we still need to wait to see price breakout here before we can trigger a buy. So I'm bullish on AUD USD. And the other one is still AUD also. And that's the AUD card. And it has a similar pattern just with the AUD USD. For this one, we can see price touching a support level. This is a valid support. So price hits that support, is unable to break it, and is equally forming a rejection candle. And you can see now on 4 hour also, we have a valid rejection candle. And I can still flip down to 1 hour. And just like the AUD USD, I can draw my trend line and draw a second one. So I have a falling wedge. So I'm expecting a breakout upwards here. So this could form its own inverse head and shoulder from this region and breakout. And even if it doesn't form an inverse head and shoulder, it's not a problem. Ultimately, all I'm expecting is a breakout, whether it forms a pattern or not. And at the point of breakout, RSI should be clearly above 50. All right, so that's my view on AUD USD and AUD CAD. And next I want to look at is the New Zealand USD, NZD USD. I find it easier to call New Zealand. That NZD can be tongue twisting for me. All right, so New Zealand USD. Now for this one, if I go to the weekly time frame, I can clearly see that price is trending up on the weekly time frame. We have an uptrend line on the weekly time frame, and price is on it for the 3rd time this week, which should lead to a bullish continuation technically. So that's a bounce. We're expecting the bullish bounce on the weekly, and on the daily time frame, it's still a bullish bounce, but this time around, what I'm seeing is the formation of a double bottom pattern, which also should lead to a bullish breakout. So I can just flip down to 4 hour, and on 4 hour, still that's what I'm expecting. So if you want to take it a little further, on 1 hour, I'm not seeing a possible entry now, though I can do it just like the other ones too and take it down to 1 hour. If that works for you, perfect. I'm not seeing, okay, I can take my trend line from here. Okay, you can still do it either as a one, this one can work either as a 1 hour or a swing also, still a breakout. Or if you want to do it as a swing, you come down back to the 4 hour and wait for price to break out above this neckline if you want to take it as a swing. So if you're a swing trader, you can actually take this as a swing by waiting for price to break above the neckline. But as a 1 hour trader, you can enter, much earlier. Let's drop down to 15 minutes if you can get, a possible entry. For 15 minutes, I am not seeing clarity, so I will stay out of 15 minutes. But if you can find an entry on 15 minutes by your own strategy, why not? You can do that. But I'm a lot more comfortable with the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So I'm bullish also on the New Zealand USD. And the last one I'll check today is gold. Now, like I said, we've been very careful with gold all week long because we expected a much more, volatile activity. But I also believe the reason why the activity is not on is because everybody expected Israel to have attacked Iran, but they have been quiet all week. Though I read the report yesterday, where they were responding back to their, what do we call it now, to their partners, countries that are supporting them, that their decision to attack Iran or not is at their own discretion, that people should just let them take their decision on their own. So we don't know whether they will do a Russia, Ukraine, unplanned attack on Iran, we really don't know. But technically, what I'm saying is this: if the attack had happened, gold will have really gone bullish. But this week, it didn't really go as expected. But this is what I'm seeing on gold currently. On the daily time frame for gold, you can see we have a valid resistance. Before I go to the result, let me also do something. All right, here is forming a rejection candle. But please take note, it's on the daily time frame and the day is just starting. Anything can happen. It can still go back bullish in the course of the day. If it had happened yesterday and the market closed by the end of yesterday as a rejection candle, that one definitely will say we'll have a bearish breakout today. But if it's happening just this morning, anything can really happen in the course of the day. So we have to be cautious with that. But notwithstanding, I still have a valid resistance zone on the daily time frame. So, and if I switch down to the 4-hour, it's forming what looks a lot like a double top pattern, which can lead to a bearish breakout. And now this is a swing setup. It's a swing setup. It's not intraday at all. It's a swing. Now, if you're there, you're a gold trader. If you are not trading gold on swing, I will advise you not to bother, because gold can be very, very volatile, even on swing setup. But if swing trading is your thing and you know how to manage it, perfect, you can trade this. So what we're waiting for now is price to break out, of this pattern, double top and a breakout. Neckline is around this region. So I'll use a rectangle to display that properly. So just watch out for gold. Watch out for gold. The neckline is just around this rectangle region I'm drawing now. If price breaks out below this rectangle, if you're a swing trader, you can trigger a sell on gold. But please practice proper risk management. Don't trade higher than your lot size. If you are, this is gold. If you're trading from $300 thereabouts, don't trade more than 0.01 and don't have more than 2 open trades. If you're trading on $1,000, don't trade more than 0.02. Just make sure you manage your risk as much as possible. Now, if this works out, all things being equal, if the fundamentals don't change by, Israel attacking Ukraine, this can give you potentially, on the average, this can give as much as about 900 pips to Fibonacci 50, by 1,000 pips to Fibonacci. That's even too long. Let's start from Fibonacci 38.2. From Fibonacci 38.2 can give about 500 pips. Fibonacci 50 can give 1,000. Fibonacci 1.8 can give 1,500. Please trade with caution. Don't use one standard lot. I beg you. This one, I beg you for that one. Don't even get close to anything like that. I think I even didn't get it right. My Fibonacci, sorry, I didn't place my Fibonacci well. It should be at the next support level here. So that tells you that it's even bigger. Don't want to hammer on that single trade. Trade it with caution. Yeah, to Fibonacci 38.6 is about 650 pips to Fibonacci 50 is about 1,184 pips, and to Fibonacci 61.8 is 1,700 pips. You don't need to wait for it to run through all that safe. Just Fibonacci 30.2 will be enough. 500 pips is enough. All things being equal. Please, I'm not giving 100% guarantee on this. It's dependent a lot on fundamentals, but I'm talking based on what I'm seeing technically. If the fundamentals support this, all well and good. If the fundamental changes, 2 things that could happen to this trade is this: it will end up as a double top and break out downwards, or if the fundamentals around it change, price may break above this resistance zone, that rectangle zone, retrace, retest it, and continue going up. So those are the 2 possibilities. But for now, I want to hold on more to this bearish breakout, except the market dynamics change. All right, so that's my view on gold. Okay, so that's all I have this morning for us. AED, USD, AED CAD, bullish, New Zealand USD bullish on 1 hour and 4 hour, and gold bearish on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so let me now attend to all the requests I have here. Paul Chooks is asking about US 100 and US 30. US 100. Okay, we had a bearish outlook on this. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, it actually sold. All right, so next, this is what I can see now. Price is back to a support level on the daily time frame. This is a support, and the candle already touched this level today. So we expect a bullish breakout on this. So we go down to the 1 hour, and let me clean off all this so I don't get distracted with too many lines. All right, so I have a falling wedge on US 100 or NAS 100, and I'm expecting price to break out. Now, price may not break out straight. Let me just give you a heads up on that. It may go up, retests, and now break out. So just watch out for that. But then it's a bullish setup on US 30. Sorry, US 100, NAS 100. And for US 30, that's DJ30 on our platform. It's also called the Dow Jones. Now for this one, I gave a bullish analysis on this yesterday. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. It was a sell. I mean, it was a losing trade. When we make losses, we'll also let you know this setup did not work out. We expected. You can see my Fibonacci is still drawn, and I think the entry was to be at Fibonacci 23.6. It didn't work out. It was a losing setup for yesterday. But then, well, if you lose one day, another day can be your day. So let's see what happens today. So today, what we have here is this. Okay, now we have price, just like you are seeing on the US, on the NAS 100 rather. You can see this is today's candle at a support level. So it's having the same pattern just like the US 100. So we have a bullish setup, and we're expecting a breakout in the bullish direction. All right, so I'm bullish on both US 30 or DJ 30 and NAS 100. BTC USD, okay, that's from Damilari. Now for BTC USD, from the daily time frame, you can see this support zone. I already said from the beginning of the week that we have a support zone right here. It's a whole zone, and price could bounce into the bullish direction, from that zone. We expect price to bounce bullish, or if price breaks out below it, then it will be a long-term sell. But since price is closer to the, the upper side of that support zone, But then let me remove the zone now. Aside the zone now, we have also a valid support level, which is where price is at the moment. This is a support line, and price has tested this other support line, the same support line rather, the third time here. Currently, the candle for today is going bullish. Let me zoom out. You can see this is today's candle on the daily time frame. So let's zoom down to the 1 hour and see. Now on the 1 hour, we had a rejection candle right here, which is responsible for the bullish break we are seeing at the moment. Will price continue to go bullish? Well, let's drop down to 15 minutes and see. Well, this is going to be my view on this. If price breaks above this next resistance level, then we'll have a bullish breakout on BTC, because at that time, this could have formed what may look like an inverse head and shoulder and breakout. But it requires that price breaks out above that resistance, which is acting as a neckline. So if you're there, you're a BTC trader, just watch closely today. I can also draw a trend line here and another trend line here forming a falling wedge, while this looks like an inverse head and shoulder, which I'm expecting a breakout from. So I'll say that I'm bullish. I'm bullish on BTC USD on 1 hour, but wait for price to break out above $64,000, to take a bullish trade on BTC. Okay, Mosin is saying Israel made a minor attack on Iran overnight, sir. Okay. Akin, Israel has attacked back. Okay, I've not really checked the news this morning. Thanks for the update. So that means we need to look at gold cautiously. Don't rush into gold. Don't rush into gold. Just wait. Let's see the effect of that attack, whether it will go bullish or whether it will still continue bearish. So thanks for that update, Mosun and Akin. All right, Mosun, minimal attack on military installations, no casualty. And that's not a serious one now. So that may not make gold to rally, but let's just watch. Let's just watch. Just trade gold with a lot of caution. Olubenga Jala, USDX. All right. So I'll check the dollar index. Now, the dollar index is not really having a clear-cut direction at the moment. Though we don't know, that may change towards the end of today. But at the moment we are talking now, price is not exactly hitting a resistance. It's close to the weekly resistance, but not close enough for us to say we want to take, a trade. This is a daily. Even on the daily, let's check the daily closely. Okay, I think we have a resistance daily between, okay, on the 4 hour. All right, we have a valid resistance on the 4 hour. There's a rejection candle. There's a rejection candle here on the resistance level. So this is giving us a technical bearish outlook, on the dollar. So I cannot flip down to 1 hour time frame. In fact, let's go down to 15 minutes. Good. This is going to work best on 15 minutes time frame. So this 15 minutes time frame, normally this should actually be, being that you have a rejection candle there, I'll take this as a head and shoulder, and that should, lead to a breakout. Now, what I would say is this: we have price at the neckline, currently at the neckline. Though in reality, the neckline actually, if I'm following the head and shoulder pattern, neckline should actually be this place. Okay, so you can see that we have a new candle, but okay, RSI is already below 50. Okay, so I'm just trying to be careful because, you know, there was this setup I gave earlier in the week on Euro AUD, which was to be a head and shoulder. It was valid, but somehow market forces didn't let that trade call to stand through also. Now, this is what I would suggest we do. Though it's the head and the price seems to have broken that, you know, neckline, but then we still have a minor support here. Please wait for a new candle to open below this rectangle on dollar index. You know, that's if you want to trade the dollar index as an instrument. Otherwise, you can just go to the other dollar pairs. But Euro CHF, I will not advise you to trade Euro CHF for now because we have a long candle. We have a candle with a long shadow here. This one may go more bullish than bearish. Even if it's going to break bearish, just stay out of USD for now. Stay out of it for now. Let's check USD Even USD I'm not liking the vibe I'm seeing on this instrument. Yeah, but you said that but dollar index is saying sell, they will sell. Please be careful. Patterns sometimes. The pattern, the kind of candlestick I'm seeing on these instruments is not encouraging a sell for now, except for USD CAD. Except for USD CAD. Now for USD CAD, we had a bearish outlook, you know, and that outlook is still there. We had this bearish engulfing yesterday. Currently, we're having a pattern that looks like a rejection. This is 1 hour. Okay, this is 4 hour. We have a rejection candle here on 4 hour, which should lead to a bearish breakout. So I think if you want to trade this dollar, if you don't want to trade dollar index itself, you can trade the USD CAD. However, I would take this for USD CAD. I would take this as a head and shoulder pattern, which will fall. So for this one also, what I would suggest to do is that we'll take our neckline from this region. So wait for a new candle to break out below that neckline to trigger a sell on USD CAD. So I'm bearish on USD CAD. I already gave you the setup on AED USD and AED CAD. But you know, I said today is Friday, you need to trade them with caution because volatility may drop towards the end of the day. Euro AUD. I want to avoid giving any signal on Euro AUD. The one I gave earlier in the week did not work out. Though it may go bearish this time, but I already gave AED USD and AED CAD. So I don't want to multiply AUD setup since I already gave 2. That's why there's setup on Euro AED, there's setup on GBP AED, but I purposely avoided them since I've already given a setup on the AUD USD and AED CAD. But if you like, if you're a fan of Euro AUD, because some people like some specific currency pairs, if you're a fan of Euro AUD as a currency pair, you know, then on the daily time frame, you can see price is having a rejection candle on the daily time frame. It's a more valid rejection on 4 hour, which normally should lead to a bearish trade. And we can come down to 1 hour. And on 1 hour, we look for entry. Draw a trend line and can still draw a second trend line to form a rising wedge. So we're waiting for price to break out. But like I told you about AUD all these things may not happen 100% today. This trade, I see it carrying over to possibly Monday. It may not, I may be wrong, but I'm just talking from experience. From what I'm seeing on that daily time frame, it may not 100% happen today. It may drop range again before finally breaking out. But it's a bearish trade on Euro AUD. That's on Madam Onaji. If you have special interest in it, sure. It's a bearish settle. I don't want to give pending order for this one. I would prefer that you enter manually because it's a trade you need to watch. It's not really all trades you give pending order for, except you are using the pending order at a safe, very safe level where even if things don't really work, you are still safe. accept that. So the person asking me for entry on AUD USD, let me give you one, but at a safe level, just like I did for the Euro JPY yesterday. So let's look at a safe entry for AUD USD. But I know some of us like everything cut and paste. It's good. All right. So if I perceive this to form an inverse head and shoulder before breaking out, then the entry I will give will be on Fibonacci 38.2. That's the safest level I can give you entry. And we can look at take profit at 61.8 and stop loss below Fibonacci 0. All right, so I'll drop that in the chat box now. AUD USD buy stop at 0.64679, TP at 0.65367, stop loss at 0.63570. And for AUD card, we can do 38.2 for AUD card also, and set our take profit at 61.8. So buy stop AUD card at 0.88666. Take profit at 0.89175. Stop loss at 0.87827. And third one is Madam Monaji's Euro AUD. Now, you don't have to take Euro AUD if you have taken the other ones. So we always try to play safe. I'll use Fibonacci 50 to 78.6 for this. And I'll put my stop loss at Fibonacci 23.6. So don't buy and sell because they all have the AUD. So if you're buying AUD USD and AUD card, don't sell Euro AUD. So if you are trading Euro AUD, trade Euro AUD alone and trade the AUD card and AUD USD alone separately. Just pick one direction. Don't buy and sell. That can have an adverse effect. Also, for Euro AUD sell stop at 1.65311. Just a minute. Let me review this. $1.65674 CP at Take profit at 1.64949 and stop loss at 1.66101. All right, so I'll post everything now in the comment section. You can pick it up from there. All right, so that's it. Yes, my Achibong already gave stop loss position to. Okay, Madam Onaji, you said you observed the gap on Euro USD and USD CHF because of the attack. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, I think I've attended to all the requests, so we'll end the class here. Please, if you're on the platform today, you don't have an account with PU Prime, please visit www.puprime.com to open a live account immediately. Now, once you open an account, your account manager will reach out to you and will guide you through the registration process. And please don't forget, our next live trading, NFP live trading, is coming up on the 3rd of May. So make sure you fund your account. I'm not saying you have to wait till then to fund your account. If you have an account to fund, you have funds to fund today. I mean, if you have money to fund today, rather, go ahead and fund. But on that day, that signal will be given to funded clients only. We've had our NFP, live trading early this month and CPI the following week. It was more like a general thing. Everybody was allowed, but from the next NFP, it will be strictly funded clients. Now you're asking, so how do we know those are funded? We have the data of everybody now. This one is just a general class. That one is going to be strictly for funded clients. So if you're there, you don't have an account yet, or you have an account, there's no fund in your account. If you don't have an account, go ahead and fund. If you have an account, there's no money there, put money there, because we're going to be making money together. For those who joined the NFP and CPI, you saw how we made money live. It was within a minute, close to 100 pips were generated and people made profit. Some $16, $400, $300, all these things are possible. We will give you the guide right here. So plan ahead to be a part of that, trade on that day. All right, take care now. And
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir. At the beginning, you told us that you are going to give us 2 intraday and two swing setup.
Yes.
Which ones are there, sir?
The intraday was the AUD USD and AUD CAD.
Yes, sir.
The intraday, I'm typing it now, AUD USD, AUD CAD. And the swing was the gold and New Zealand JPY. Sorry, New Zealand USD. Now, but the New Zealand USD can both work as a swing and even as intraday. So it depends on which one you want to take out of the two.
Okay. Yeah, but you said we should, I thought you said you should observe gold for now.
Yes, take caution with gold. If it breaks out on 4 hours, yes, you can sell, but just watch it carefully because of the fundamental around it. But technically, it's more bearish. Technically, more bearish at the moment.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. All right, take care and have a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Same to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Agbengajala is asking, can you explain on the 100% bonus? Is it for first timer only? The 100% bonus is for those who have an account, I think from the 31st or before the 31st of January or so. So it's not for first timer. For first timer, if you open an account today, what you will get is a 50% deposit bonus. You understand? If you are just opening your account, you get a 50% deposit bonus. But the 100% is those who have opened account before January 31st. I think so. Before January 31st, who are yet to fund, they can get a 100% bonus. But for new clients who are opening account now, you can get a 50% deposit bonus. All right. Bye-bye.